Hello, beautiful, beautiful soul. Welcome to today's reading. This is White Sage Readings. We're taking a look at what 3 things are changing in your life. And before we get started with your reading, I'm going to ring this singing bowl to clear the space. If this is something that you would like to participate in, then please join me. If you want to skip it, timestamps are in the description for everything, but I will proceed with this. Just be sure if you're sticking around to turn down your volume. I really try to make sure it's not super, super loud. But if loudness is a concern, then just turn, I would say maybe turn down the volume and see how it goes. And feel free to release any tension, anything that does not belong to you, that you want to let go of with the breath and the singing bowl. So whenever you're ready, if you would like, go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. And when you're ready, just let that breath go. Once more. And once more. Beautiful. So I'm going to get our groups out and do the group selection now. Okay, so for the group selection, we have birthday candles, and these are the groups. If you need to take a breath to center, to ground yourself, please feel free to. Remember, take as much time as you need to. If you want to pause this right now, do so, and I'm going to get right in. So group 1 has this pink dotted candle, polka dot candle. This is for group number 1. Group 2 has this purple candle with stripes. And group 3 has this yellow candle with polka dots. Okay, so we have group 1 with the pink candle, group 2 with the purple, and group 3 with the yellow. Please pause if you need more time, and I'll see you in your reading. Hey, group 1, welcome to your reading. This is the group with the pink candle with the white polka dots on it. Let's take a look into your energy, spirit. What is changing for group number 1? Okay, we have one card that came out. We have Follow Me. Come, this is your invitation to enter the realm of fairy. Spirit, what is the second thing that is changing for group number 1, please? We have Child of the Moon, Forgiveness Transcending the Ego. Spirit, can you please tell us what is the third thing that is changing for group number 1? We have Stolen in Her Sleep, Unaware, Unconscious, and Unawakened. And we have The Littlest Fairy, Appreciate the Beauty and Value of the Exquisite and Small. Okay. I'm going to grab some more cards. Okay, Spirit, what is one thing that is changing for group 1? We had a card that wanted to pop out there. Wait, no, we don't. What is one thing that is changing for group 1, please? Four of Swords. Actually, we'll put your Four of Swords here. Spirit, what is the second thing that is changing for group 1, please? Second major big change for group 1. We have the King of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Page of Cups. Wow. Okay, Spirit, and what is the third major change in group 1's environment and their life, please? Eight of Wands. And we have Three of Cups. Okay, so let me take a look at this energy. And I need to also zoom this camera out so you guys can actually see your cards. Okay, so we're going to do something like this. So we have okay, group 1. I feel like you are being invited to change something in your life. And I know this sounds very, very vague, but I'm getting somewhat spiritual, kind of like energetic vibes here. Okay, and I'm gonna know more as we kind of go into this. But I'm feeling like perhaps the fairies are calling you, perhaps nature is calling you. And I feel like your changes here, there's 3 changes, but I feel like they are connected to one another. Actually, I feel like it's like succession here. I don't necessarily feel like it's 3 separate things. It's more like one change that is going to have an impact in 3 different ways, for example. Okay? And it's interesting how we have the King and the Queen of Swords and the Page of Cups here as well. There could be inspiration coming in. There's a lot of, your reading gives me a lot of like vibes of transformation, transformative energy. So definitely something changing. I feel like you're saying goodbye to something and you're going to be stepping into something new. And I see that there's celebration in your energy as well. You're going from a period of stillness and to a period that is a lot more, has a lot more momentum, has a lot more movement, okay? There could be an offer, I want to say, potentially, of some sort of heart opening, a message that warms your heart. With the Page of Cups, there could be, and Three of Cups, this could just be symbolizing that there is a lot of just, you're having a lot of fun. This is a period of fun and joy in a way that really just warms your heart, okay? And like I said, this is so fluid. There's no separation here between 1, 2, and 3. It's really just, it's almost like a past, present, future thing, or like one event leads into the other, which leads into the other. So it's a very interesting energy, group number 1. And it seems like I want to talk about the Queen and the King of Swords, but not yet. So we're going to put that down for now. But I wanted to say that with the Page of Cups as well and the Eight of Wands, perhaps, okay, and it doesn't have to be, but there is a chance that there may be something that is also romantic for you, some sort of, I'm getting very innocent vibes, very kind of a fun, youthful kind of love, nothing that is very heavy. It can potentially, like if it somehow down the road turns into something more serious, then maybe there is the potential for that, which I'm not being shown that. What I'm seeing is just a lot of fun and lighthearted energy here. And a lot of it is just friendship, just feeling supported, just feeling good, feeling like you're just having a lot of fun. And it's a very lighthearted energy. Very beautiful, and mainly involving friends or connections, like friendship type of platonic connections, but there could be some romantic involvement here as well, is what I'm picking up. Okay, so again, group number one, I feel like you're coming from a period of rest. Like there's not been much that's been going on. And I feel like that is what is changing for you. And it's like you're being called to take this invitation into almost like another realm. Okay, a magical realm. There's magic that surrounds you. And maybe you're being called to work with fairies, or maybe you're having a pull to read a certain book, um, or to connect with a certain kind of energy. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm seeing. It's almost like I want to put these cards this way. So we have the rest period, and you're done with the resting. It's like your soul's been rejuvenated, and you're now ready to take a step through the veil between the worlds. And I feel like what's happening is that you are opening up, maybe psychically or spiritually here. Group number one. And with the Page of Cups, I also want to say that this energy can symbolize as well psychic development as well, something that is very new. But I feel like you're getting that spark, that invitation. It's like you're waking up to it. And with the child of the moon, forgiveness, transcending, and the ego, I feel like this is definitely very kind of psychic heavy. So I really feel like maybe your third eye is going to start to really open up, and you're going to start kind of paying attention. I'm getting like kind of witchy vibes, working with the moon, doing moon spells, and working with the moon phases and things like that. With the forgiveness and the transcending the ego, it's almost like you're leaving the past behind. So this is one of those big things that are it's almost like a stepping stone in your life, where you sort of shut the door on that past, and you are stepping into kind of like a new version of yourself, where you are exploring your intuition, you're exploring this other side of life that maybe perhaps you've never really paid much attention to. And I don't know what happened in your past, why this rest period is here. Maybe there's been a chapter that has closed in your life, and now you're stepping into something completely new. That could perhaps be. But I definitely see big thing here is just kind of like you opening up psychically, your third eye, maybe getting into the occult. And if that's something that you're into, or that's something you used to be into, it's like you're getting back into that. Okay, with the King and the Queen of Swords here, let me just take a look at these two. Okay, so I almost feel like with the King and the Queen of Swords, you are again, there's like a chapter that's been closed, okay? And it's like that chapter has taught you how to not be so emotionally perhaps reactive, and it has taught you how to approach things more from like a mental perspective. Like I feel like there's a lot of mental clarity. There's no more fog, there's no more emotional coloring of situations. You really have a very good grasp over your emotions and how you approach situations. So I want to say that we're seeing that energy here, but also with the Queen and the King of Swords, and I don't think this is going to be relevant to every single person watching this, but I feel like we're looking at two counterparts here, okay? This is making me feel like this is a family unit. So we have two partners, grown partners, and there could potentially be a child involved here as well. Okay, so I want to say if there's been any problems within that family unit. So maybe you're the child. You might be one of the parents. You might be the child. Maybe there's more than just these three people, but it's making me feel like there's a family here, and I'm getting very good vibes from this. Like I feel like what is if there's been any sort of bad experiences within this family unit. And I'm going to go as far as say maybe it's not even a blood relationship, maybe it's a group of very close friends or distant relatives or something. It doesn't have to be a very like mother, father, child type of deal. But something that kind of is, there's ties, there's some sort of like emotional, strong ties here within this unit of people. And I want to say that I get very good vibes, like whatever the disharmony was, there's forgiveness, and I feel like you're able to kind of forgive and you're able to move past, move on, and kind of almost like start walking to the beat of your own drum. Follow your own heart, follow your own intuition, follow your own kind of like self-authentic self-authentic self is what I was going to say. Follow your own authenticity into being who you are. So it's that's what I'm really feeling like. I mean, the king and the queen of swords, they could be very restrictive energies. They're very much like, definitely there's no heart, there's no warmth that comes off of these energies. They're all very much about the like black and white, right and wrong, and that can be a very stifling situation for somebody like the Page of Cups, who is dreamy and creative and full of, just wants to like feel their heart soaring and being happy. These are completely opposite energies, not only in their elements, like how they operate, where they're coming from, the swords coming from the mind, the cups coming from the heart, but we have a very mature energy here and we have a very youthful energy here. So this is energy that's been through everything. It's gained the wisdom, it knows everything it needs to know, whereas the page is only beginning to learn. It's a new beginning here. So they're very contradictory energies, and I can kind of see how things might have not been going very well, but I really do get very good vibes. Like everything is just gonna kind of settle and everybody is okay within that circle of people. And let me just maybe take another look here. Yeah, I think that's all I really want to say about that. So if there's been any disharmony within your relationships, I feel like that's going to resolve. But also, it has a lot to do with you and the fact that you're able to let it go and walk away and focus on yourself. So your focus is shifting, okay? It's a lot of like growth and kind of doing that. And let's see, the third major change we are seeing is stolen in her sleep, unaware, unconscious, and unawakened. And the other fairy card is appreciate the beauty and value of the exquisite and the small, the littlest fairy. So with these two cards, what I'm kind of getting here is, again, what's changing is just your level of awareness around things. And again, I feel like you're starting to wake up to different things, different possibilities, different realities, the way to yourself, the way that you think and the way that you see things, the way that you view things. And group one, I feel like if anybody in this group is kind of struggling with self-esteem or self-worth issues, that's another thing that's going to be addressed here. So that's going to be one major change where you're going to be feeling better about yourself. You're going to start healing those wounds within yourself, those spaces within yourself that need your love, that need your care. You're no longer going to be able to get dragged down into the shadows. Okay, like I'm looking at this card here and I'm seeing the hands just grasp onto her, and she's just she doesn't even know, but it's like you're going to be able to kind of like shake that off, okay, and walk away from that, walk free, and be completely unburdened on what's the word I'm looking for? Free. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's this, you maybe group number one, um your inner child. I feel like there's a call for you to kind of work with your inner child here. And I think it depends on what you do. If you kind of decide you're going to work on this, it's going to propel you more further into this change of self-worthiness and stuff. But I feel like that's the journey you're on. That's what is opening up for you as well. So you're being opened like psychically, spiritually, your third eye, but also your own relationship with yourself is what I'm seeing that is changing as well. And it's all just kind of blended in. So there's no clear like separation between one, two, and three, like I said earlier. It's all just kind of blended into this one thing. It's like you're a whole person. And I think the energy that is currently surrounding you is we can't really separate them. They're part of the same thing, I think. Okay, and then with the Three of Cups and the Eight of Wands, I just really love these energies. So again, I'm also seeing that there's a lot of celebrations, there's a lot of support, there's a lot of laughter and happiness, and things are really going to start picking up. Things are really going to start moving faster for you. There's going to be a lot more momentum. And I feel like that's really surrounding your social life as well. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a big giant group of people, okay? If you're an introvert or if you're somebody who doesn't have like 20 friends or something, or however many, like a bunch of friends, some of us only have one friend or a very small number of friends. And or if you don't have any, then I see that there's going to be some form of your social life expanding, so you might actually meet somebody. And I feel like that's going to start happening. Like it's almost like your life is opening up. So what I see is like there's a period of stillness that you've been through, okay? That there's been a period of rest, there's been a period of stillness, and I feel like this was a very necessary thing because it was healing for you. There's probably you're coming out of a phase of some form of disharmony potentially within your relationships, and that's changing, okay? So you're really waking up to yourself, you're really waking up to the energies that are surrounding you, and you're going to be expanding in terms of like self-growth and your level of worth and socially as well. So I feel like you're going to get support, maybe with your growth as well. So if somebody does come into your life, it's going to be to help you with that growth as well, to kind of help you with those self-worth and self-confidence issues, okay? And if you don't have any self-worth and self-confidence issues, don't worry about that aspect of this reading. But for anybody who does, then I see that this is something that is going to be changing for you. So I'm very excited for this. And group one, even though this energy got a little bit heavy, I'm not feeling like, I love how it's ending here with the wands here, with the Eight of Wands and everything. It's just so awesome. I feel very good. I feel very happy and very uplifted in your energy. So I just want to say that this energy is not heavy, even though we touched on some topics that might be a little bit hard to deal with, like especially if there's like self-worth issues and stuff like that. But overall, very good energy that I'm picking up from you, okay? So we're gonna get one final message for group one. Spirit, can we get one final message for group one, please, to send them off with? And we do have one that went flying onto the floor. And let's see what we have. Okay, we have flower. And what does it say? Pluck the weeds and plant the seeds of your most magnificent expression. I love that. That is so beautiful. And group one, I just want to say when I looked at this card and when I looked at the flowers, I was looking through the camera and I just saw a bunch of hearts here. So I feel like the major theme of your what is happening for you is is really just about healing and love and the emotional heart expansion. And I just want to look at this card. Pluck the weeds and plant the seeds of your most magnificent expression. And I really feel like this is really just talking about you and you stepping into your own authentic self. And I feel like this is something that will continue to, you're always going to be growing and evolving. And I'm getting this feeling constantly throughout this reading. This is the beginning of this journey for you, group number 1. Maybe for anybody that's watching this who's gone through a lot of growth and healing and a lot of shadow work, then that's not the message for you, but out of this reading. But what I'm seeing here is for the majority, this is kind of the beginning of the journey. So it's a really exciting thing. And group 1, I hope really good things for you. Sometimes it can get kind of heavy and hard, but just stick it out, okay? It's so worth it. And I really feel like when I look at this card, I really feel like you're just planting the seed of who you are and you're going to bloom into the most beautiful and gorgeous flower ever. And that's what I get for you, group number 1. So that was your reading. Hopefully that made sense. I was hoping for literally 1, 2, and 3, and for it to be like just their own separate things, but this really blended in, and that is your reading. I wish you all the best on this journey. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, then if you'd like to help me grow this channel, liking, commenting, sharing, and or subscribing can really help me out a ton. But otherwise, thank you so much for being here. Best of luck, sending you lots of love and light. Bye. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. This is the group that has the purple candle. Let's take a look at what 3 things are changing for you in your life, spirits. For group number, did I say 3? If I said group 3, I'm very sorry. This is the reading for group 2. Yes, I'm starting to second guess myself, but I'm like, this is the reading. Group 2 had the purple striped candle. And if I initially said group 2, then disregard this ramble and let's get into your reading. Spirit, what one major thing is changing for group number 2? What major big thing is changing for group number 2? What is the first? Okay, we have glimpse, indigo, rainbow, crystal, children, and beyond. Stolen in her sleep, unaware, unconscious, and unawakened. It's interesting. Group number 1 also got this card. But let's see how your reading turns out. Spirit, what is the second major change for group number 2, please? Okay, so that's another one that group number 1 had. What is the second major thing? Crystal, creation, dawn, the beginning. Okay, what is the third major thing for group number 2, please, that is changing, Spirit? We're going to do that one more time. What is the third major change for group number 2, Spirit, please? It's too many cards. One more time, Spirit. One card, please. Okay, we have dark moon. One more, Spirit. What is a third major change for group number 2, please? Okay, and we have Midnight Prince. Ask for what you want. Be honest. Okay. We're going to do 1. We're going to do it this way. 1, 2, and then 3. Spirit, what is one major change coming in for group number 2, please? The first major change. 3 of Swords. And Knight of Cups. What is the second major change coming in for group 2, please? The High Priestess. What is the second major thing coming in for group 2, please? Major change. And we have the Two of Cups. And what is a third major change coming in for group number 2, please? One more time. That's too many. What's a third major change for group? Wow. Okay. One more, Spirit. What's the third major change coming in for group 2? I'm seeing this, the Hanged Man. Okay, guys, let's we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do from here. Okay, can we get just a general energy message, please? Let's see. Alien, accept that you are an unrepeatable, spectacular phenomenon. Okay, so let's take a look, guys. Wow. The repeated cards from group 1 are very interesting here. Okay, I'm just looking at your cards. So, off the bat, I just want to say that this has very strong love vibes here, okay, group number 2. Now, I feel like again, there's a blockage here, group 2, okay? I see that there's a blockage here, and it seems like it's very much a mental one, okay? It's like you are not currently following your authentic self. You are not on your path. But what I see changing is that you're going to wake up to yourself. You're going to wake up to your path. You're going to wake up to your true potential. And it's like I almost feel like the veil is lifting. It's like there's a moment, a spark. There's something that happens and it changes your reality here. With the accept that you are an unpredictable, spectacular phenomenon. Group number 2, it's like you are special. You could be an indigo child, a crystal child. You could be a starseed. Okay, we might be. This could be an energy that is representing you. But even if you are not, even if that is not something you identify, or if you don't know what that actually is, then I feel like group number 2, you have a really big purpose here on earth. Okay, there's a reason why you are here, and I feel like one of the big changes that is going to be happening for you is that you are going to start discovering your purpose. Okay, and it might not hit you all at once. It might be like you must follow the breadcrumbs almost. That's like kind of what I'm getting. So it's not going to be revealed. It's going to be, you're going to try one thing that's going to lead you to another thing that's going to lead you to another thing. But the most important thing is, group number 2, is that you're going to wake up to it. You're going to wake up to that, to the passion or the desire to be more, to do more. And somehow is going to come to you like, oh, I am actually here for this reason. And it's like you're going to start exploring. Maybe you're going to say, I am here to help people grow, or I am here to develop my psychic gifts. Let's say mediumship, right? That you can help people communicate with their past loved ones. or whatever it is. It can be really anything. These are just two random examples that popped into my head, but it's like you're going to figure it out, group 2. You're discovering it. And I feel like with the, I just want to take a look at the Three of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So I feel like there's a lot of stuck energy as well in your head. It could feel like it's something that's emotional, but it's almost like you can't even cry any tears. This is so mental. This is such a mental game. There's something that you're stuck on, okay? There's something that you're in your head about and you're really stuck, and it feels a lot more mental than emotional. I don't really feel emotional pain. It's more of like, get me out of my head kind of an energy, okay? And I feel like that's going to lift for you. That feels like it's going to lift for you. If that had to do with a broken heart, like a relationship with another person, a romantic relationship that did not work out, then it looks like that's also going to be changing for you, group 2, and it looks like it's going to be coming in sooner than later. So while initially I'm like, this is a love reading, but there's a lot going on actually in your reading. There's a lot of information here, and there's a lot of things that are changing. So if it's a past hurt, if it is a past event that where you're stuck in your head, where you don't want to see reality, it's almost like I feel like you don't even want to open your eyes and look. There's going to be somebody that's going to come into your life, somebody who feels very romantic and very loving. Maybe they will write you poetry is what's coming in to my mind, but they're going to be very sweet, I feel like. And they're going to bring you an offer of love, okay? And so this, I can't say anything about how long this will last, but I feel like this person is going to start awakening your heart to that part of yourself again, that part of yourself, because I feel like you're kind of, something has happened and you have been closed off, and it's a lot more your mind than your heart that's involved here. And that's what I'm seeing. Now, if there's not been anything in the past, where there's been a struggle, like romantically, where you've been hurt and you, like, let's say now you have a problem trusting people or anything like that, I'm still feeling like there is an offer of love coming in towards you, okay? Now, I feel like it's a slow one coming in as well, okay? So I just want to say that I'm not saying it's going to take forever, like it's not going to start coming in until 10 years from now. I just mean maybe you'll meet somebody and that person's going to be not quite sure how to approach you, for example. So it could be kind of that energy of that person being on the periphery of your life or in your life, but they might be taking a little while to kind of come in, okay? For some. Okay, let's take a look at the second thing. So we have this is your invitation to enter the realm of fairy, and then we have creation, dawn, and the beginning, crystal magic. So again, we're seeing, let's see, the high priestess. Oh yeah, okay. Follow your gut instincts when it comes to people, okay? If there is a romantic relationship coming in, for some reason, I'm getting this almost sense of potentially two people coming in, and you may need to decide who's who and what's what. And this is purely an intuitive hit that I'm getting here, okay? So really just follow your intuition. If there are not two people that are going to come in, two people that you need to choose between, that you're being asked to choose between, what I'm really seeing is that, again, your psychic gifts, and I say again probably because I did this in pile 1, but in a very, very different way, but it's like you are opening up to your psychic or your third eye or something development here, okay? You're maturing is what I'm getting. I'm getting this sense of maturing into yourself, into the part of yourself. And yeah. I feel like this is marking a new phase of your life as well, especially because we do have the recurring love themes here, okay? So I feel like I just want to look at this high priestess for a moment. There's a lot of wisdom to be gained. There could be a person as well, a female potentially, or somebody who's feminine, who can kind of help figure things out for you. No, that's a wrong way. To help you figure things out for you. Somebody who has a lot of wisdom, who has a lot of inner knowing. No, knowing, inner knowledge, inner knowing. Maybe somebody just who's wise, okay? Somebody who is in tune with the information that you need. So if there's anything, if you're venturing on something and there's a person that comes into your life, and because I feel like there is some sort of a journey that's opening up for you as well. So there is some new beginning coming in for you, and that beginning I feel like is of a spiritual nature. So I almost feel like maybe even I don't necessarily know what this is about. It's almost like you are going to be discovering something again. And if this is on your life path, you're discovering your purpose. This is something that you're really falling in love with, okay? This is something that feels really, really, really aligned with you, to who you are, to your truth, to the truth of who you are. And I just got this. Go to a metaphysical store that you can find like guidance or something. There's something there. Maybe just connecting with the energy of that space, picking up supplies. I almost have a sense of like maybe this is, you might a volunteer to work there. I'm not really sure, but it's almost like it's kind of weird, but I see somebody working. I see somebody working, gaining not just experience, but gaining what they need through just being in that space. So metaphysical store is very interesting, but it's like your life purpose is opening up and you're finding your intuition is opening up. And just know that, like, with the second thing that is coming in for you as well, the second major change is that you are going to be able to rely on yourself for the information that you need with this high priestess being here. It's like, what I can see is that you're no longer going to be relying on other people so much. So if there's one particular person that you feel might be helpful to you in specific, then yes, you might go to that person, and I would encourage you to do so if you feel that that is the right choice. But for the most part, it's like you're standing on your own 2 feet. It's like you are your own guide, you are your own lantern. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's literally the message that was there. Okay, and then with the 2 of Cups, and I want to put all these cups together, but basically again, it's just finding your purpose, finding that love connection. And I will come back to the 2 of Cups and the other, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Why did I say King? Wow. So I really feel like this is a kingly energy here. Actually, when I was reading it, I knew that it was a knight, and I read it as a knight, but as I'm looking at this, as I said king, and I'm looking at this, I feel like this is a very mature energy. So if there is love coming in, if there is a romantic partnership that is coming in, it is at a higher level. This is somebody that would be more, I feel like there's potential here for growth with this person, okay? But again, use your judgment. Always use your judgment, please. I'm only reading the energies and picking up on the impressions that I am getting from spirit, but you know your situation best, right? So always use discernment, group number 2, okay? And then for the third major thing that's changing, we have maturation, growing up, introspection, and know thyself. Yes, absolutely, totally. This is what I'm seeing that is coming in for you. And I feel like with you guys, this is kind of clear cut, almost like we have 1 event, we have 2, we have 3. So I see like you are discovering your purpose, right? So that's one thing that's happening. You're discovering your purpose, and you're you're trusting your intuition, you're trusting your intuitive self. That part of you is growing, okay? So you're no longer needing to really rely on other people. And then lastly, it's like you're really kind of, it's almost like a combination of these two, okay? Where you're becoming this really strong, amazing person who really just knows themselves. It's like maybe before, let's say there's been a lot of overthinking or something, that's what your brain used to do a lot. Maybe now you kind of know how to work with that. It's like you've discovered, you found the secret to your own self, you found the key to your own self, and you know how to kind of manage yourself, you know how to kind of work with the reactions and everything that happened within you. And you're such a rounded person because of it. And I feel like because of it, you're able to reach very high levels of success as well. So this is part of that change that is going to come in. So the effects of that are amazing, because I feel like you're now standing on your own 2 feet and like a very strong person who's able to go after what they want. We have ask for what you want, be honest, Midnight Prince. And then we have Page of Cups, and we have the Hanged Man. Okay, so I wanted to say with this, again, I'm getting also love vibes here, okay? So maybe this is not for everybody. I feel like this is probably a bunch of messages in one reading for the majority, but whatever isn't resonating, if like the love stuff doesn't resonate, if you are not single, then obviously it's going to be a little bit different. But what I'm seeing is everything we've talked about, plus there's a love aspect here as well. So group number 1, if you are single, or even if you are with somebody, group number 2, I'm sorry, if you're single or if you're with somebody, okay, you're being called to really get clear on what you want from a relationship. What kind of partner do you want? What kind of relationship do you want to be in? What kind of a love connection do you want to have? Okay, and just really be honest with that. Write it down if you need to, okay? Because I feel like there is something that is coming in, and you're being asked to also look at things from a different perspective. Look outside of the box, look outside of your norm. And maybe it's like, if you've been wanting to attract somebody but you haven't been able to be able to do it, I feel like maybe part of the reason was because what you kind of wanted was misaligned with who you were. Almost like maybe you didn't want, how do I say this? Like maybe you weren't quite ready for the kind of relationship that you want because you still needed to grow, for example. That can happen sometimes. And that's the message that I'm kind of getting here. If it's not resonating, don't worry about it, but hopefully it is, because that is what came to me, through me. It's almost like I feel like these changes that are happening for you, it's almost like they are the prequels to your love story. That's like what it's feeling like. You're discovering yourself, your purpose, and you're kind of working towards that. And then in the background, there's that love stuff. So if there is love coming in, because I see in several different cards that your heart is opening, right? Be open to it, see things from a different perspective. Don't worry if there's been a period of like nothing happening love wise. Don't worry, because like I honestly feel like it's coming in. Like that's what I'm seeing, that it is on its way to you. But really think about what you want, okay? Really define that relationship, the kind of relationship that you want to have, the kind of person you want to have in your life and be with. And I feel like that's also part of who you are becoming and the growth that you're undergoing and everything that is happening. And again, group number 2, just accept that you are an unrepeatable, spectacular phenomenon. You need to know this. You need to know that you are so unique, okay? And in the best ways, And I think whoever's coming in is going to recognize this. So with the Two of Cups, I also want to say, because I did get that energy of the King of Cups, when I first thought this, no, this is the Knight of Cups, and I knew it, and then I was like, oh, I'm getting like a king vibe here with the Two of Cups. So this card can also represent soulmate kind of love, very deep, committed kind of love, okay, relationship. So this can be, it doesn't have to be about love, it can be, but looking at the different cards that we have received around sort of like love, okay, related to love, I'm really seeing like there's going to be a love offer that it will be coming in for you. So I guess that's like a bonus message. And it's a deep one, okay? So like initially I said, I don't know where this might go, but the thing is, I feel like now looking at your cards, it's almost like a relationship that will grow and it will mature as it's growing. So even if you guys are not the people you want to be, even if you're not done going through your growth phases and things like that, it's like I feel like you two can grow together. It's like you're growing toward the same sort of way of being, the same direction. You're growing in the same direction, if that's the case. But in any way, like I really just if we're talking about a love connection, and again, you have to use your own sort of intuition and discernment here, okay, because you know best. But what I'm seeing here is it's almost like it's true love, real true love. And those also, just want to throw a disclaimer out there, they can also end. People can be together for 2 years and it is true love and it feels really solid and it feels like it's meant to be, and it probably was meant to be, but not every single relationship is meant to last. But it could last a lifetime too. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So group number 2, you have lots of messages in your reading. There's a lot of, it's kind of all over the place, but let me see. I think we're gonna, I almost want to pull something more for you. Let's do one more dream oracle card. Can we get one final message for group number 2, please? Spirit, one final message for group number 2. Okay, we have X. Reunite with the lost aspect of your soul. Yeah. So again, this is more like your life purpose, your stuff coming in. And I wanted to say, while I saw this love stuff, again, this could talk about you connecting with yourself, with your purpose and stuff like that. I do think it's a person coming in. I do. But it could also just talk about, because there could be a person, okay? So what could happen is you might get a person coming in and then you realize what's actually more important is you. Not the relationship, but not the relationship with another person, but the relationship you have with you and your own authentic expression of who you are in this world, which includes your life purpose, which includes how you feel, which includes acknowledging and accepting that you are one of a kind. Okay, a spectacular phenomenon, group 2. All right, so that is your reading. I hope that you enjoyed this. I feel like that's what's happening. You are coming into yourself, really just connecting with yourself, and things are falling into place. A lot of self-growth and stuff like that. But I'm going to leave it here. I hope that this resonated. If it did, if you enjoyed this reading and you'd like to help me grow this channel, commenting, liking, subscribing if you haven't already, and or sharing this video can go a long way in helping me grow. Thank you so much if you've done that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time, sending you lots of love and light. Bye. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is the group with the yellow candle. welcome. Let's take a look at what 3 major things are changing in your life. Spirit, for group number 3, please. What is the first major change for group 3? Didn't realize the card was flipped over. Okay, what is the first major change for group 3, please? The gift, a present, an offer, nurturance, growth, and potential. Nice. What major thing, what first major change is coming in? Every single group got this card. Okay, come. This is your invitation to enter the realm of fairy. Okay, Spirit. What second major change is coming in for group number 3? Adventures, discovery, travel, meeting, destiny. There's another one here somewhere. Let's see. Okay. We're going to take these 2 cards because they literally fell out and I was feeling them. We have the Merlin, guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways. And then we have fairy tales, letting go, detachment, and moving on. Nice. And then what is a third major thing that is changing for group 3? Third major thing that is changing for group 3. Every single group got this one, I believe, as well. What third major thing is changing for group? Spirit, just 1 card, please. What third major thing is changing for group 3? Okay. Whoops, there's your candle. Carry me home. Support, time to be carried, allow others to help. That does not surprise me. Okay. And then this one is stolen in her sleep, unaware, unconscious, and unawakened. What's up with that card? These 2 cards literally just keep popping out for every single group today. Okay, and we're going to continue. Spirit, what first major change is coming for group number 3, please? What first major change is coming for group 3? Okay, we're going to do that one more time. What is the first major change coming in? And I got a bunch of cards again. And I realize you guys can't see. We have the Knight of Wands. Let me fix your camera. Okay. What is the first major thing coming in for group number 3, please? The Moon. What is the second major thing coming for group 3? Second major thing, please. You guys, you just, there's so many cards that are just flying out for you. We'll take those and we'll take a look at them in a moment. What third major thing is coming for group 3, please? Okay. 6 of Cups. What major third change is coming? 4 of Swords. Anything else, Spirit? Too many. Okay, I feel like that's it for now. We might go and shuffle some more in a little bit, but let me take a look, okay? So we have, for the first one, your energy is all over the place, guys. Your candle just fell. Okay. So, Knight of Wands and the Moon. Okay, so I feel like there's a release of something coming in for you. Okay, you're releasing something. And there's a move. fast movement, okay, forward momentum. You might be moving as well. I'm gonna throw that out there. There could be moving. You might be moving to a new location here, okay? But I feel like something's going to be revealed to you, group number 3. Yeah, and throughout this, I'm getting a very steady feel of there's support here. So the underlying kind of theme of her reading is that there is support, okay? You, like, literally, there might be somebody who is grabbing you by the arm and saying, hey, you know what? Like, I'm with you. Please use me to help you. Please take my hand. Let me guide you, okay? That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting here. I feel like any sort of secrets or uncertainty are going to be revealed as well here. Group number 3. I don't know what that's about, but there's something going on. We have adventure, discovery, travel, meeting destiny, guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways, letting go and detachment, and moving on. So I'm definitely getting the sense of like you're like moving away, and maybe like with the moving, when I said you might be moving places, it could be that like less physically and more it's a mindset, it's an emotional thing. It's like you're done with something and you're moving forward. Maybe you're done with a person and you're moving forward, but I'm not seeing like a breakup or anything. It's more like you're done with the old ways and you're ready to step into the new, okay? And like, again, what you don't see is going to be revealed. There's a lot of, maybe you have a spark of inspiration for something as well. There could be something like a business idea, or you feel inspired of how to live your life, how to make changes, how to do something differently, that has a lot of potential, that has a lot of growth. And I feel like anything that had maybe been in the shadows, something that you weren't sure of, maybe you didn't know how to do it. It's like now you're going to start to learn how to do these things. Life is going to open up for you. So that's one major thing that is changing. It's like life is opening up for you. And I feel like there is an opportunity for mentorship for you to learn things. There's a lot of fun as well. I'm seeing that you're stepping into a time of like a lot of kind of like just having fun, lighthearted energy, making sure that you're actually enjoying your life. So not too heavy. It makes me wonder if you're not coming out of a heavy period of life for yours. Like there's been something. I'm definitely getting that sense that you're moving on, but now with the major change that's going on here as well, maybe you're also learning how to have fun, how to let go, how to go on adventures and things like that. But this is very, very clear cut. It could also be that you meet a mentor or somebody who guides you on an adventure that you go on. Maybe you're going to go traveling. And I just really feel like you're releasing the past. You're really letting go of what is no longer for you. And you're really going on this big adventure of life and you're being guided. It could be inner guidance. It could be somebody. I feel like it's actual people in your life. So you might have a very good, strong support system from a friend, family. Maybe you have a really strong social circle as well. Let me take a look at these cards here. The tarot. So we have the Hierophant, we have the 3 of Wands, we have the 10 of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the 7 of Wheels. Okay, wow, there is literally so much going on here. I feel like what is kind of being moved away from you is doing things the old way, doing things the traditional way, like doing things according to kind of society. It's almost like I feel like you are expanding beyond that. You are stepping into the driver's seat and driving your own life forward, okay? And I'm with the 7 of Wheels, and let me take a look at this card. I almost feel like while you're doing this, okay, there's something that you have, things that you have, maybe things you have wanted in your life that have not worked out, things that you have waited for in your life that did not come in for you, okay? It's almost like I feel like that's still kind of on the side. So there's things that you have said goodbye to, and or you're going to be saying goodbye to. This is going to be one of the changes that is going to come in, is that you're going to close the door on some things, and some things are still remaining from your past, and there's seeds that you have planted that you've been waiting, and it's a slow growth. But if this is something that you do want to come in for you, then keep watering and tending to that garden that you have planted, because you will get some sort of reward for that, some sort of growth. You will see that coming in, okay? But also, group number 3. Yeah, I'm really seeing that there's a lot of adventure. There's a lot of following your heart. There's a lot of following your passion, okay? Spontaneously. There's, yeah, that kind of an energy coming in here. I just want to say, be careful that you don't overburden yourself, okay? Because maybe sometimes we need to slow down a little bit. So the energy that I'm seeing coming in for you, okay, is this energy of, it's almost like you've been restricted, or maybe you didn't even know you were restricted, but something has changed for you. Something has changed in your life. Something has changed within you. You have an energy of fire that is surrounding you, an energy that pushes you to go, to move. There's passion inside you. And what I'm getting here is just don't be reckless, okay? So use that energy to move your life, but take off the blindfold. Think about what you're doing. If you're taking too much on, if you're carrying too much of a load, if there's too much that you're doing, think about what you can let go of. Maybe you don't have to be doing everything that you're doing to reach your success, okay? So but on the other hand, if you do have a lot of responsibilities, then keep doing that, because I really feel like that's going to lead you towards something really awesome and something really great. It's like I'm really seeing that. It makes me feel like maybe you came from a place, like I said, of rigidity or something where you didn't have much room to move. And maybe you didn't even realize that you didn't, like maybe at the time you didn't even need that. But now it's like you're awakening to your own self and to your own needs, and that's a very big kind of like catapults you forward into that energy of following your passions. Okay, and let's take a look at the 3rd. So we have unaware, unconscious, and unawakened. Support, time to be carried, allow others to help. We have the 6 of Cups, and we have this 4 of Swords. Okay, so with the 3rd one, what I'm seeing is that you are waking up. You are definitely waking up to yourself, to your life, and to your needs, okay? And I'm also seeing that there's support here. Support is coming in for you. Again, I feel like there's definitely people involved in your life throughout all these 3 major changes. You have a very good support system, and the message here is like, allow your support to support you. This is important, and I don't think that you need me to tell you, because I feel like that's not an issue in this group of like allowing people to support you, allowing your friends to support you. I think this is just a confirmation to let you know you're not alone through this. You're not going to be alone through these changes, through these stages, and through your life here. But again, you're having so many adventures. You're having I'm seeing a lot of fun as like self-discovery, discovering the world. I'm really seriously getting like these vibes of just like traveling, backpacking for like 3 months or something, like that kind of an energy of just like really going out there and doing a lot of discovering of the world, but also of yourself, and also having a lot of fun, and spending lots of time with your friends, with family, with people really who make you feel good, okay? There could be, with the 6 of Cups and the 4 of Swords, I'm getting vibes where you might also start feeling the need to almost start coming back home, okay? Because with all these energies and all these kind of like driving yourself forward, it's almost like, I feel like how do I say this? This energy is really great, okay? It doesn't feel heavy. It feels good. It feels productive. It feels fun. It feels passionate. It feels driven, okay? But it also feels a little bit like you could be getting a bit overworked. So watch for that, because what I'm seeing here is that within the third kind of cycle of change here, what can happen is that you might actually start feeling the need to rest and to take a break and to slow down. And what I'm seeing here also is that maybe you, because you're going on this sort of adventure of discovery, you might actually figure out what you can leave behind, what's actually important, what is no more. How many of these are you going to let go of, these wands, right? How many will you have left? Maybe you're only going to have 3 left. Maybe only 3 things are the things that you're truly passionate about, that you want to truly follow, right? And with, excuse me, with the 4 of Swords here, if this is the next, this is kind of like what is coming in. This, we're seeing an energy changing from a very fast moving, passionate, driven, all about discovering, all about learning through experience kind of energy. Just really impatient and wanting, being driven to go to an energy that slows down, that rests, that maybe takes time to contemplate. So we're really seeing an evolution here from one change to the next. And it's almost like, I want to say, you're reminiscing about the good old times where things were slower and you weren't so busy and you weren't doing so many things. But I think what's really necessary here is just balance. So group number 3, this is what I am seeing for you. I honestly don't even fully remember what was in this in your first change that was coming in, because the second and the third kind of overpowered that. But I feel like the first one just kind of almost, it's almost like it kind of starts it, and then it becomes something complete, like maybe not completely different, but a little different in the second. And the second change really moves into the third. And there's quite a relationship between these 2 energies here, between the second change and the third change. I feel like there's a lot of play here between these 2 energies. So we're going from, it's like they're mirroring each other oppositely, okay? So we have, or like maybe not completely oppositely, but a little bit. So it's almost like, because this change number 2 happened, change number 3 is gonna happen, if that makes sense. But overall, group 3, I very much like your energy. There's nothing heavy in here, nothing too heavy. Not particularly worried about the 10 of Wands. Just again, if you feel yourself getting overburdened, make sure you do slow down, because your second change is going to carry you over to this energy anyways, where you if you don't wear yourself out as much, it might be more of a contemplative state than a restful state. It might be more of like, I'm using this time to now that I have gained the experience, to let everything just kind of consolidate within myself, rather than I need to rest because I'm so exhausted, because I was chasing life and it was fun, but now I need to rejuvenate, right? So it just kind of depends on what you do and how you do that. But that's what I'm seeing here. Support, I want to say love, but not love in the romantic sense, more in the sense of just having connections and being supported throughout this whole journey. I feel like if there's not, you might actually be meeting people that can help you do that as well. I'm kind of feeling like you might meet a few interesting people along the way. And maybe you might not meet like your tribe or people that will stick around in your life for the rest of your life, but you might actually meet some people of influence and some people that might actually contribute to your life in some way or form, even in terms of just like adding to your worldview or something along the way. Okay, we're gonna grab one more message. Spirit, can we just get one more message for group number 3? And we have school. Examine your beliefs about being tested. And we have Chase. Face and embrace the person in the mirror. Okay, group 3. So these are your energies. It's really interesting because as soon as I was done talking, I'm like, school, and it's like that's really the energy I'm picking up. It's like your life is going to become your school in the next little while, and it's what you want, it's what you're craving. It's like that's going to be, you're going to be waking up to that, and that's going to be the energy that you're going to be found in. Yeah, a lot of self-discovery and change, worldview about the world and yourself. I feel like that's a big theme. Like this really, these two cards really kind of wrap it up. But anyway, group 3, this is the reading for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it resonated. If it did, then, and you'd like to help grow this channel, I'm really butchering this one more time. If you would like to help me in growing this channel, then liking, commenting, subscribing if you haven't already, and sharing this video can go a long way in helping me grow this channel. If you've done any of that, thank you so very much. But otherwise, just thanks so much for watching again. I hope it resonated, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.